Bro talking about he was killing that man. Kill him. He said, I seen him with my own eyes.
And so you saw him with your own eyes.
With my own eyes.
Oh, my God. The internet. Yo. Oh, man. All right, where do we start? First off, is Midway, the one and only, here with SPMediaTV for another episode of FYO, F Your Opinion. This show is pretty much geared around the conversations that we as the public have about the content that we view, the stuff that we read, the topics that we discuss amongst the world of being a human. Today's show, man, it's a little behind, but I didn't want to touch on it because it has something to do with one of my idols, you could say, and somebody that we all know, somebody well known, Mr. Will Smith, right? And I didn't want to touch on it, man, but so many conversations I've been having lately with a few of my friends when it comes to sexuality, I guess you could say. I just want to ask this simple question up front. People, what is it? What is the obsession that we as a culture, especially black culture, have right now when it comes to who we think about and who they sleep with? Like, what do we care about what people do in the bedroom? So much. It just kills me, man. I cannot stand it. Anyway, if you've been up under a rock or something, your girl Tasha K put a video out about a month or so ago with a guy named Brother Bilal. Now, Brother Bilal is a really good friend of Mr. Will Smith. He hangs out in those crowds of celebrities. Now everybody knows him anyway, because he has come out with a book. I'm not sure if the book has been released as of the taping of this. Y'all go follow and like the page, please. Would you do a favor, kind sir and kind ma'am? Please, would you just... SPMediaTV. Holla at your boy if you want the shirt. Ain't nobody watching this. But he mentioned some hot stuff about his relationship with Will and Jada. Please go check out the video on Tasha K's channel. That's not for me to really reveal the content of that interview, but it's a very spicy one. He talks about a lot of intimate stuff, and I want to talk about that because the obsession that we as the consumer have with celebrity life and what they do as if they any different from us blows my mind, man. It just blows my mind. Why are we so obsessed with celebrity? Especially in the day and age when celebrities are extremely accessible. Now, I could understand the allure before the social media explosion because, you know, back then, a celebrity was actually celebrated. The celeb and celebrity, because you didn't see them as much. You didn't hear from them. When you run across a celebrity, it was an event. Now, they just live amongst us. So we as the consumers seem to feel that our opinion of what our personal life and choices and stances that we hold matter to the people of public figures. That is professionally preposterous is what I called it. Now, your boy Bilal mentioned some things in that video that I want to talk about first before I get to these comments. When I watched this interview, because I had to rewatch it again from the first time when it was released, I noticed, I started to pick up on a few things. I was like, why is he coming out with this book? For somebody to be so close to a person, to call yourself, I guess, a lifelong friend, to be revealing such intimate and personal things that are very damning, I should say, one has to ask why. Why would one want to do this, right? Now, judging from what he said in the video and what the people in the comments are saying, they believe he has been treated very wrongly when it comes to Will and Jada. Mostly from the girl Jada. He mentioned his point of view about Jada that is not nice. Insert clip.
You and Jada got smoke with each other, don't you?
Oh, we got this. Yeah, it's that lady has verbally abused me for a number of years.
And one of his main things he was talking about, he wasn't just coming with speculation. He made that crystal clear that everything that I'm talking about can be backed up with evidence. And what's crazy, in his book, he mentions that after each chapter, you can take your phone and scan a QR code, and it will take you to a link that links to the evidence of what he talked about in said chapter. Now that's a man not just with a grudge, but he's preparing himself for battle. You hear me? Legal battle, personal opinion battle about his opinion. It's one thing when it's your opinion, and I like to say on this channel all the time, we all want to be heard, we all want to be right, but at the end of the day, it's F your opinion. He ain't trying to just bring opinion to it. He's got it backed up with some evidence. So after I asked the question why, I guess I want to find out. I want to read the book just to find out what is it that actually happened with him in the relationship with Will, Jada, Dwayne Martin, and all those folks that would cause somebody to become so abused, I guess, in that relationship that will make them want to reveal this stuff. He mentioned a bunch of things like Will cussing him out, Will making him sign paperwork to try to withhold certain things in. Like, I'm not here to speculate on Will's relationship to him because I wasn't there. I'm just talking about the interview and what your boy Bilal was saying. But this image that we have of Will Smith, this holier than thou, this big movie star, celebrity worshipped by all and seen as one of the top celebrities to ever exist, is not true. Ever since that goddamn slap, man, ever since that slap, in the eyes of the public, Will ain't been the same. He also mentioned some crazy stuff, like off the wall stuff, like Jada was trying to convince him to come back around her and Will and get him into Scientology and all that stuff. It's a weird interview, man. But like I said, the main reason I'm putting this video out right now is because a lot of this interview came down to some very spicy stuff that he mentioned about Will being bisexual. Catching him in the act of getting hit from behind by your boy Dwayne Martin. Now listen, I can understand, because Will is seen as this big macho pretty boy dude that is loved by plenty of women. But after this interview, talking about he was getting ramshacked. Not just hit from behind, but ramshacked. I can see how I can stir up some opinions amongst the folks. Did you hear me when I said? Bro talking about he was killing that man. Kill him. He said, I seen him with my own eyes.
And so you saw him with your own eyes.
With my own eyes.
Who else eyes you gonna see him with? Of course you seen him with your own eyes. Allegedly. And I gotta give your boy Bilal some respect. He did talk about how he withheld it. When Will came to ask him about, hey man, did we gotta talk about what you just saw. He kept saying, I ain't seen nothing. No, we gotta talk about what you just saw. I ain't seen nothing. He kind of held it in because I guess I'm taking it as he didn't really want to address it. He wanted to exit out of his mind and go ahead and move on with life, right? But not the case. Because it seems as if, from my opinion, it's just my opinion, that he's using this as a grudge to move forward with the promotion of his book. And amongst the people, a lot of people are talking about this. Like, why are we so concerned about this dude and who he sleeps with? Y'all got problems of y'all own, man. We all got problems of our own. Hell, I got a problem going on right now at the recording of this video. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man, anyway, like, Will is one of our icons. Let's just not act like he not. In this book that Jada put out, and the book that Bilal is about to put out, it's got us as the public feeling like, one, Jada is a scumbag, which is the view amongst everybody out here so far. He also mentioned something about Rick Ross putting out a video saying something about Jada and how she's a scumbag out here in these streets. And your boy Bilal mentions a lot of that stuff too, man. How he talks about how Jada has taken away who he is as a man, his self-esteem, his view amongst himself. That's the same thing. I said it twice. Got Will out here looking foolish and not believing in himself no more. 6'3", 220. But got the heart of a mouse out here, all because he let a woman get to him, allegedly. And we as the people out here judging Will because he out here making mistakes. Y'all, listen, you have no idea how much a man who stand on business can be broken down into ashes. Power of the woman he chooses to love. I'm talking about kingdoms is falling behind women out here. Y'all are some very powerful creatures. But what's crazy, all the stuff that y'all do falls on us when we act out, but nobody questions the woman. We live in a society right now where professionals or anybody, if you just question a woman in her interaction with a problem, you are looked at as victim blaming, women hating, all type of nonsense. It's one of the reasons why most of the last men out here, we cling so heavy to a Corey Holcomb, because he puts out the truth about how women that are shiesty, not all, but some that are shiesty, we can't even bring y'all to the front of the court to be held responsible for your actions. And as a result, people like a Jada, allegedly, has been able to treat our brother Will Smith like he's second class. All the while we as the consumers sitting back looking at him like he's a god amongst our eyes of celebrity, just to find out by Mr. Bilal that he's been broken down just like the weak of us. But let's check out some of these comments, man, because as I was reading some of them while watching the video, I got a mixture of what we were talking about and the positions that we held. Some of y'all were in support of Bilal, and a lot of y'all were not in support, talking about how could a friend like that betray his people. People started off by straight talking about y'all viewers out there in the Tasha K comments, man, calling y'all ain't nothing but some of the worst people on the planet, man, that y'all live for the destruction of others. And that's what I'm saying, like, we tune in to see the downfall of people, then we irk it on. But one of the things I do like about the comments, like I said, a lot of y'all were kind of condemning him for coming out with this because he's such a close friend to Will. Alicia says, this is deep, man. He's telling a story about a man who pretty much paid for him, took care of him professionally, took care of him financially, and was good to him throughout his career, but still has the ability to tell this story about this man with no empathy, no shame, and just straight up seeking relevance about him, especially when it comes to his disdains for Jada. You gonna let your hatred from how Jada treated one of your good friends that took away his manhood, and as a result ended up treating you in a negative light. It seems to me that you don't have a gripe with Will, you got a gripe with Jada. That book should just have Jada's name on it, not Will. So I don't really understand a lot of that, man, how we take the pain that one person inflicts on us and gives it to another. But you can see from a lot of these comments, though, that people are in support of Will per se, because they were kind of condemning Bilal about how he was coming out with this stuff on Will. This person says, the saddest thing about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies. It comes from those that are closest to you. Now, obviously, by definition, you know, betrayal can only come from those who are closest to you, because enemies can't betray you. They're enemies by default. But the point is that the people that the closer they are to you, the more they can backstab you, man. And then to talk about how people are pretending to love you, but they really hate you. That's a lot of fake stuff that we got going on, man. We got a lot of fake attention, a lot of fake love amongst the people that we're supposed to care about going on, especially in our community, man. They're teaching us to have disdain for one another behind their back, but in front of them, act like we're right there for them. It's that crab mentality, man. We don't want to see nobody succeed, and we don't want to see nobody shine, so we tear each other down. And we never get anywhere in the culture, man. It's just sad. It's just sad. And Tori and Jules says, say what you want about him, man, but dude ain't lying. And the fact that he's willing to go chapter by chapter with a QR code for evidence is wild. See, a person who will go to that lengths, like I said earlier in the video, just to back up the claims that they're making, isn't a person that's just out to try to get revenge. This is a person that sounds like he hurt. I don't know, man. I think I might have to check out this book, man. But again, the hubbub that has built up, for my opinion, about why this interview has been so dramatic and spicy and talked about over the last month is because of the news that's coming out about Will's sex life and the opinions that we have on Bilal and how he's revealing this. Y'all, we got to stop, man. Let people be who they want to be. Everybody got a right to tell their story. Like I said, FYO is about us expressing our opinion, but at the same time, it's to put light on just how meaningless our opinions actually are in the grand scheme of things. One of the things our Constitution grants us is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That liberty part, we can do whatever we choose to feel on that liberty part. We got the right to do that. And that pursuit of happiness is fine. You can take that pursuit and make it your own. But once it starts to impede on the happiness of others, then we got a problem. It's damn near unconstitutional to put out people's personal business in effort to try to demean them. And that's just my opinion, man, but who people get down with in that bedroom is all a choice of pursuit of happiness. It's also their choice of liberty. Grant them that, man. We got to get over this homosexuality, bisexual, LGBTQRSTUPWXYZ mentality where we look down upon them just because they sleep with other people that you may not sleep with. Will is a cultural icon. I'd be damned if I sit back and just be accepting of him being put down like this. But on the same note, Bilal was right there. He was closer than any of us ever could have been. And he has the liberty to tell his story, so it seems as if something happened to him. So I'm also going to support him too. Anyway, man, I'm getting all emotional. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is F Your Opinion, man. We all want to be heard. We all want to be right. But at the end of the day, man, it's just your opinion. So F your opinion, dog. We out. Once again, tune in, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I'm gone.